Greetings, brothers and sisters.
By the time of the raid on Polis Massa, the men of the 501st were starting to get a little sick of this so-called rebellion. In the past, we'd secretly enjoyed putting down a local insurrection or two. They kept the troops sharp and the Empire feared. But these rebels were different. They were organized, they were growing, and they were everywhere. The raid on Polis Massa was a perfect example of how things were starting to fall apart. We were supposed to go in, wipe out a small band of rebels, and recover some stolen Imperial plans on an encrypted holodisk. Before we knew it, we were nearly overrun by rebel forces, with the holodisk nowhere to be found.
So I've gone over a couple times how things in these cutscenes seem to be from an earlier build of the game.
All right, men. Lord Vader wants this raid done by the book. Our first objective is the comm center, just beyond this hangar.
Okay. The Dark Trooper in the cutscenes, the Dark Troopers, are very, very shiny. Whereas they're sort of dull, solid gray in the finished game. I do think that's probably from an earlier build, before the game was finished. See, he's not that shiny here. You just saw one walk by. And I suppose, if you go back to Dark Forces, which is the game that introduced the Dark Troopers, they were shiny. They were robots made of very bright metal. And I suppose they changed that in this game just to make it a little more serious looking. Maybe they thought the Dark Troopers looked silly when they were shiny. At least once they were in full 3D, maybe what's tolerable in a 2D game can look kind of ridiculous in a 3D game. Well, it's not really an accurate statement because Dark Forces was a 3D game, but the characters were 2D sprites. This was early 3D. The environments were polygonal. The characters were sprites, and they were much shinier than this guy I'm looking at right now. Goodbye, dull, unshiny Dark Trooper. Anyway. You're going to find that from now on, I'm going to be giving a lot more orders to my comrades, because otherwise they tend to wander off and do stupid things. And now that we're fighting the actual rebellion, the game is going to become difficult enough to where I really will need extra firepower at my side. Now I just need to capture this command post. Oh, get out of here. This is my command post now. You go away. Oh, sorry. You weren't wearing a white armor, so I thought you were a rebel.
Nicely executed, troops. Now it's time to make our way to the base command building on the far side of the facility. If our intelligence is right, along the way we'll find a rebel holodisk containing some very important plans.
Excellent. Let's go. Switch to the clone engineer, because he's just the bestest at everything. Especially since this is a closed-in, indoor area. And he's got the shotgun. Take that, Ulin. Or Salin. Pretty sure I've killed you before. Thrax sounds like a man's name. You've got a man's name. And holy crap, look at all those dudes. Kill them. I got a couple of them. Here, have another. Oops. I set that one off too early. Sometimes I go off too early. I used to feel bad about it, but, you know, it happens to all guys now and then. Hey, you guys are being dumb. Follow me. Alright, this room is just going to be full of enemies. It's best to just shove a bunch of grenades up that hole before going in. Get out my way. Alright, up. Okay. Grab the disc and run. I really like this room. It's big and technological looking. Very Star Wars.
It'll take time to realign the comm dish and transmit the data from the holodisk. You'll have to hold off the rebels until the transmission is complete. Do not let the comm facility fall into enemy hands.
Aye, aye, CO. Use it in good health. That doesn't make sense. It's medicine. Why would I ever be in good health and using medicine? If I'm using medicine, it's because something's wrong. Oh well. When you're an engineer, it's actually faster to heal yourself by going to the ammunition droid than by going to the medical droid. Because the ammunition droid will give you med packs that heal you instantly. Whereas the medical droid heals you at just a couple hit points at a time. You killed my brother! Alright. This objective is pretty easy because all your allies are standing around this one little room. And between the 20 or so of us in here, we have more than enough firepower to guard these 3 choke points. Honestly, it'd probably be pretty simple if I was doing this alone, without any NPCs to help me at all. Because, oh, well, speak of the devil, and he explodes you. I'll give the AI this. They know how to use the rocket troopers pretty well. They fire their rocket, and the rocket takes forever to reload, so then they switch to their pistol. Not enough players online seem to have caught on to that. You don't use the rocket twice in a row, unless you're fighting a vehicle at long distance. If you're against infantry, shoot your rocket, then if that doesn't kill everybody, wipe them out with your pistol. You can't get into a firefight with a rocket launcher. It's just too slow. Alright. Almost done with this objective. Just have to wait for this timer to go down. There we go.
Deep within the caverns of this complex, the rebels have a data bank that holds Imperial encryption codes that can be used to eavesdrop on our ship-to-ship communications. Make your way to the caverns and destroy the data bank.
Alright, let's do it. Now, this objective is going to go a little differently, because I am going to go... Come on, guys, follow me. We're going to head into enemy territory now. Now, normally, what you would think to do would be to follow the arrow, right? But here's the thing. That arrow is going to take us through lots of enemy-controlled territory, narrow hallways, full of gunfire and grenades, and death, basically. That arrow leads to death. So instead of following the arrow, I'm going to go back to where we first entered this level, in that hangar full of crates. Because check it out. The rebels are here. They're going to take it over. That'll be important later. And they just shot me. But hold on. As you can see, the rebels are taking the hangar. Realistically, there's no good way to stop them from taking the hangar. Like, it's gone. There's just too many rebels in here. And none of my allied NPCs are in here to fight them. They're all headed towards their objective. But the rebels brought with them a tank and just left it here. Check it out. So this is a great shortcut to the cavern where they're hiding that databank. Now, since we're in space, I actually can't go outside the tank without suffocating and dying, which is pretty cool. Alright. I have infiltrated the enemy position. Boom. Check it out. This is the databank. Gotta destroy it. Because, you know, pretty sure the Empire has copies of these Death Star plans. The important thing isn't to get them back. The important thing is just to make sure the rebels don't have them. And I just got killed. So now I will have to fight all the way through the hallways. It's gonna take forever. Oh well. This will probably be the longest video yet in the series. But probably mean... And by probably, I mean it definitely will, because this LP is post-commentary, and I already know how long each video is going to be before I make it. I also did not mean to do that. Oops. My right mouse button is very, very sensitive. Like, you just have to barely brush it, and it registers as a click. And right mouse button is the button to throw grenades in this game. So, you might occasionally see me throw grenades when there's no good reason to. Just by accident.
This way. I've got your 6.
He's got a funny definition of 6. He does not have my 6. He's got my, like... Honestly, he's facing the same direction as me, so he's got my 12, which is kind of useless.
The Empire does not look kindly on
Neither do I, snooty British radio guy. Neither do I. That's why I'm not gonna get defeated. Just you watch.
Our reinforcements are nearly exhausted.
Alright, let's get over there as fast as possible. You guys, don't run from me. I don't know what you guys thought you were doing just there. You guys, stop standing there. You look dumb. Oh, I got their attention. I don't know if they were praying or what. You need to pray. Because only God can help you now. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. I wonder what the Wookiee religion is like. Except really I don't. But you know. Whatever. They worship their creator, Jim Henson. Okay, Rebel Vanguard, you need to get out of here. Okay, Rebel Marksman, you need to just... I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna ignore all these enemy troops and just blow this databank up because the enemies seem to be a bit dumbfounded by my being here. I'm not really sure what's going on with their AI right now. There. Objective complete? No, it's still there. I thought that was all it needed. One more grenade. I'll do it.
I've got good news.
Tell me the good news first.
The good news is it's time to get off this dreary rock. The bad news is the rebels have taken over the hangars. You'll have to fight our way out.
Fighting? I'm not used to doing fighting. You think I'm some kind of soldier? Alright, you guys are massively in my way. I like that we got more reinforcements to fight our way out with. That doesn't really make sense, but okay. I just blew myself up. Ow. Well, that's okay. It brings me close to my objective, actually. Now, I actually died on this part and lost the mission several times while trying to record this. So, yeah, this is very difficult. Because there is a ridiculous amount of rebels in here. I mean, look at all these guys. Well, you can't really from this perspective, but trust me, there's a lot of guys up on that platform. And that is where I have to go to capture the command post. And, you know, they have the advantage of being up high. And, oh my, look at those guys. There's very little cover up here. Just those crates. But the thing is, you can get cover from one angle, and there will be rebels behind your cover shooting at your back. So there's really no good way to stay safe while you stand here and capture this command post, other than just to be really fast and shoot anyone who comes near. Fortunately, now that the command post has been neutralized, the rebels will stop spawning. So I should be in the clear. Let's see.
Our raid is a success. And even though the holodisc didn't have the plans we're looking for, it will lead us to someone who does.
Yay! Yay!
Even though the Polis Massa raid was only a partial success, we finally had a lead on the whereabouts of the Death Star plans, which suited the 501st just fine.
Why does the Dark Trooper armor have nipples?